of most miles card like a to-do list. You have to remember categories, track cabs, convert points, and to time everything perfectly. The KrisFlyer UOB card is like an autopilot. You spend, you earn miles, and they go straight into your KrisFlyer account. Hello everyone, I hope you are well. I'm Zeliang, and on this channel, I help Singaporeans make informed decisions on money, insurance, and retirement. Today, we will be reviewing the KrisFlyer UOB credit card. This is a miles card designed specifically for travelers who fly on Singapore Airlines and Scoot regularly. Unlike other reward cards that gives you generic points and then you have to convert them into miles, this card gives you KrisFlyer miles directly. No conversion, no extra steps. So let's walk you through how this card works, what it costs, and most importantly, who should consider signing up for this card. Let's start with the basics. The KrisFlyer UOB card is what we call a miles credit card. Every time you spend with it, you earn KrisFlyer miles. And these miles will be credited into your KrisFlyer account automatically at the end of each month. Think of it like this. Most reward cards will give you the generic points first. Thereafter, you have to pay a conversion fee to convert them into miles. But not with this card. You skip that step entirely. You spend $10 at a cafe, you earn miles directly. You book a flight, you also earn miles immediately. Now, here's the most important part. There is no cap on how many miles you can earn in a single month. Some cards will tell you, okay, after you spend $1,000, I'm not going to give you extra miles. But not with this card. So you might be thinking, well, so I just go and swipe and spend, right? Yes, but it gets better than this. This card has a 3-tier reward system. Let me show you how the 3 tiers work. I'll use real-life examples so that it is crystal clear. Let's say you buy groceries for $50 or you dine at a restaurant. These are just regular day-to-day expenses. With this card, you earn 6 miles for every $5 spent. This works out to be 1.2 miles per dollar. So, if you spend $100 on groceries, you earn 120 miles. Not bad, but also not spectacular. This is your baseline. Everything except the general exclusion will earn at least this rate. Here is where it gets better. In certain spending categories, dining, online shopping, online travel bookings, and transport, you can earn double the miles. That is 2.4 miles per dollar instead of 1.2 miles per dollar. But there's a catch. To unlock this tier, you need to spend $1,000 a year on Singapore Airlines, Scoot, or KrisShop. Think of it like a loyalty threshold. The card says, well, prove to me that you're a Singapore Airlines customer and I will reward you with everything else. Let me give you a real example from my own life. My family and I travel at least once a year. With a young toddler, we prefer to fly on Singapore Airlines because their flight timings are predictable and the service is excellent. Peace of mind, you know. So, whenever we make our bookings, 3 tickets cost at least $1,000. As a result, I hit that threshold just from our annual trip. After hitting the threshold, I get to earn 2.4 miles per dollar for my spending on like eating out, online shopping like Lazada or Shopee, for my travel bookings like Agoda, and even my Grab rides. And these 2.4 miles will stay for the rest of the year. And the best part is that there is no cap on how many miles I can earn. So for example, if I buy a new iPhone that costs $1,500, I can earn 3,600 miles in a single transaction. This is better than some cards that have like a spending cap or a spending limit. Here's an important point to note. These accelerated miles don't arrive immediately. They are credited to you at the end of your membership year. So you will get your base miles on a monthly basis, while the bonus miles will come later. Finally, when you spend directly with Singapore Airlines, Scoot, KrisShop, KrisPlus, or Pelago, they all earn 3 miles per dollar. This is the highest rate that the card gives. And these miles will be credited to you on a monthly basis, just like your base miles. Now, booking your flight, buying your duty-free perfume at like KrisShop, or using KrisPlus to pay for your dining, they all earn 3 miles per dollar. This is where the card really shines if you are deep into the Singapore Airlines ecosystem. Let's do a quick recap. For your general spending, you get to earn 1.2 miles per dollar. For your dining, online shopping, travel, and transport, you get to earn 2.4 miles per dollar after you have met the minimum spend of $1,000 per year on SIA group-related transactions. And for SIA group-related transactions, you will earn 3 miles per dollar. Clear? Great. Now let's talk about the cost. The annual fee is $196.20, and this is waived for the first year, so you get one entire year to test it out and see whether you use the card or not. From the second year onwards, you will need to pay the annual fee. Thereafter, UOB will give you 10,000 KrisFlyer miles as a rebate within 3 months. So this is essentially like buying miles at about 2 cents each. This is actually not a bad deal if you use the card often. Here's one point that most people don't realize. This card doesn't calculate miles on a per dollar basis. Instead, it calculates miles on a $5 block. Let's say you buy a coffee that costs $9.99. First of all, UOB will round down their transactions to $5 and then you earn miles for the $5 block. The $4.99 is lost. This rounding effect is significant for small purchases under $40. After that, it kind of evens out. So, if you are using this card for like small transactions like buying your bread or bubble tea, then you are leaving a lot of miles on the table. For bigger purchases, not a problem. Tracking miles with KrisFlyer UOB can be confusing. In general, the miles earned are credited into your KrisFlyer account automatically at the end of each month. Once they are credited, these KrisFlyer miles will expire 3 years later. Now, UOB will credit these miles on the different months. As a result, your miles will also expire on different months. This card may make sense if you fly with Singapore Airlines or Scoot at least once a year, you are already collecting KrisFlyer miles, you can comfortably hit $1,000 annual spending on SIA or Scoot to unlock the 2.4 miles tier, you make larger purchases above $40 so that the rounding effect doesn't hurt, you want a card with no earning cap so that your big ticket spending like laptops and hotel bookings can earn unlimited miles. In other words, if you are heavily invested into the KrisFlyer ecosystem, then this card is worth considering. This card might not be suitable if you fly with other airlines often, example, Cathay or Emirates. You prefer the flexibility of reward points or cashback. Most of your spendings is in small amount under $40, or you're not planning to fly at all in the next 1 to 2 years. Since we are on this topic, let me share with you how I use this card in real life. I don't use it for everything. I have other cards that are better in certain categories. For example, I use DBSU for my groceries or City Rewards for online shopping. But here's when the KrisFlyer UOB really shines. First of all, for transactions that are above $1,000, well, 2.4 miles per dollar with no earning cap is something that is really attractive. Secondly, for SIA group related transactions, obviously 3 miles per dollar is really hard to beat. And thirdly, after I have maxed out other cards, this becomes like my overflow card. So in my wallet, this card isn't like an everyday workhorse, it's a strategic backup, and with the right purchase, this card can really shine. Here's the bottom line, I keep this card not because it is exciting, but because it is predictable. It does one job, it does it quietly, and it stays out of the way. If that sounds boring, then this card is probably not for you. But if that sounds comforting, then now you understand exactly what this card is designed for. If you want the full breakdown about the KrisFlyer UOB card, I've written a full article about it. The link can be found in the video description. If you have found this video to be helpful, give it a like, subscribe, and to share with your friends and family members who wish to learn more about how to optimize their credit card rewards. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.